Danger Dolan. So a couple of months ago, I opened a competition for a redesign of the DD logo, and since then, I have had more entries than I ever could have possibly expected. Around about 5,000 individual entries, of which I had to whittle down to 100 finalists. Now, I would just like to thank everyone for entering. I had some incredibly good ones, as you were going to see in this video, and you have my love and my sword and everything else. Now, of those 100 finalists, I had to whittle it down to 50 for this video, but some of those 100 that did get left out are going to be in the new countdown pause animations. I'll show you an example of it on screen now, and also in the cover photo for both YouTube and Facebook. Now, I did have some commenters asking why I don't just switch up the logo every week, since I do have so many entries that I would consider great enough to be the actual logo. And the reason I don't change it up every week is because I feel it devalues the selected winner. And even though it really hurt me to choose just one from so many awesome entries, it does make the competition that much more exciting. And not to mention, this is a once a year competition, so there's still a chance I'll select something else in 2016. I will put up another video detailing how to enter that. Before I get started, I just want to say that some of the entries had, meme faces, or they were plagiarized from some cartoon, or they looked like they were made in MS Paint. A lot of those ones didn't get considered as a finalist for, kind of obvious reasons. So for next time, guys, just make sure that you have drawn it yourself from your own ideas. But no matter what, I really appreciate that you still entered into the competition. It made me feel warm in the bowel area. I should really get that checked out. So these are my top 50 favorite submissions, starting with number 50. This is by Nick Neverrod, and he sent me a bunch of potential logos, but this was his main submission titled Dandy Dolan, and it looks like the face of a legit cartoon character. It's totally awesome, and it fits so well with the Dolan silhouette. So he's got an Instagram, a Twitter, and a YouTube. It's all linked down below. This one is by Ronan Page. The design is great. The hat looks fantastic. I would actually say it's an improvement over the original. Unfortunately, the face is just a bit too small to use for a thumbnail. Just the lips and the eyes. That's the only reason it wouldn't win. By itself, it looks fantastic, especially when it's blown up like this. This is by Lucius Lujano. It's very stylized and it's a simple design, and I really dig the shading. Although if I was to choose a new logo, I probably wouldn't go with the mustache again. I also wonder if I chose this as my logo, how many people would think I am French. This is by Mavis. Likely would have been a finalist except for one thing. The quality of the actual image is just a bit too low. If you look at it from a distance, it looks great. Everyone I've showed to loves this image, so that's a bit of a shame. From the email, Mavis only had Paint at the time, not Photoshop or Illustrator. My advice to Mavis, get them, because you're a pretty damn good artist. This is by Johnny Villarreal. Look at this. Look at how cool this is. Johnny works as a genuine graphic designer, and apparently he did this in his spare time at the office. Now, while it didn't win the contest, but if you're listening, Johnny, I've just had the channel artwork redone, but I would totally hire you for future design work. I'm seriously impressed with the work you've done here. Really glad I was actually just able to show it off to people in this video at the very least. I'm not actually sure who drew this one, so it's unknown. If you own this image, get back to me and I'll drop a name in your social media in the description box or whatever. So this one is French. It's very French. Leon, I am the Dolan. Can I offer you a croissant? Seriously though, if I had an outrageous accent, then this would probably be the logo. Jan Rulin. I actually have to translate that name from Chinese, so I hope I'm not butchering it. See, I have no idea what's going on in this logo, but I still love it. It looks like stone pillars with dirt underneath and some wild facial hair. This guy has a Facebook page, it is linked down below. Yasmin Al-Chabi. This is like something from a graphic novel, and I'm pretty sure it's the skull of the original Dolan, the duck one. Yasmin was worried it strayed from the original template too much, but this is fine in my books, as long as I don't have to crop it for a profile picture, and the design isn't the same as a previous Dolan iteration, it still has a chance to win. This person has a Tumblr and a Twitter account linked below. Tiro Moilanen. This is what happens when your phone rings and there's a knock on your front door at the same time. Wah! This one's great. I would use it to scare young children off my front lawn, 10 out of 10. This guy's got a Twitter account down below. Liam Fantanatto, a submission from Liam's friend on his behalf. I immediately love this one. The nose, the lips, the subtle shading. God damn. You'll never know how difficult it was to say no to these, especially this one. Now that I'm looking at it closer, it actually should have been a finalist. Chaos Illusions. This is nuts. He looks like Frieza when he arrives on Earth. I'm pretty sure I can see the brain matter between those stitches. It's hardcore stuff, but it's still tastefully done and I like it. This person's got a Deviant Art and a YouTube channel down below. Felix Strand. This one took me by surprise. He merged my DD logo with the gnome I play in World of Warcraft. Seriously wanted to use it for the gaming channel, but once again, I was worried it might devalue the actual winner. I still love it, and I'm glad I could show it off. Kalik Fields. Horrifying, but tastefully done, and as a fan of Halloween, I would totally consider this a genuine logo. They've even included a coloured variant. The design on both is awesome, so thanks for these, Kalik. Cameron Frost. I find it incredible what some artists will try. This looks like a real life portrait where either his hat is falling off or he's using it to warm his neck. I like to think Cameron sketched the face, then realized there wasn't enough room for a hat, so he drew it upside down and whacked it on. This one wasn't really a legit submission, it was just a YouTube comment by LightningStorm145, and I put this one in for laughs. It is the girliest rendition of Dolan, and one year I would love to shock people by choosing something like this. It's still a pretty good drawing, useful when I'm trying to draw in the 13-year-old girl crowd so they can learn about what 15 parasites might be living inside them right now. Koron. See, now this one is pretty sick. Creepy, but not so much that I would be hesitant to make it the winning logo. It's good stuff, so thanks for this one, Riam. He's got a DeviantArt link down below. John Alenor, an anime schoolgirl. Kanji on the hat actually spells out danger. It's fun and it's offbeat, but if I chose it, I would have to start all my videos with a high pitch, Danger Dolan. Anubis Master. This is horrifying. It is Danger Dolan in the real world, or Mario's mutant brother. I love it, but it might be a bit too strange for people if I actually chose it. Ian Murphy. This one looks so good. Early on, I thought it was gonna win. Unfortunately, I was worried, just a little bit worried, that it might have been a copyright-faced redrawn onto DD, but even if it was totally legit, all that white space would have made my skin itch. Megan Judd. The design is great, it's very surreal, especially the teeth, the shading is good, lots of personality. Would have bumped it higher in the list, except it's a little bit blurry when you zoom it in. Megan sent me a bunch of photorealistic work examples, so there's obviously a lot of talent there. Brenna Shield, some kind of bearded android version of DD. Pretty damn cool. The features and details in this one are very impressive. The only reason it wasn't pushed up further in the list is because the beard actually extends too far past the original silhouette. Other than that, it kicks ass. So I don't know who did this one. If you own this image, please get back to me and I'll drop a name and social media down below. So this one, it's a face. It's a big old mouth, like a whale. A whale's mouth. I like this one. Franco Ferrari, one of the earlier finalists before a ton more high quality stuff rolled in. So it's unique. It tries to do something new with the hint of the old, which is the blue eye and the monocle. So this person has a Deviant Arts linked down below. Mustache Ham, a skull face rendition of DD. It looks hand drawn. I'm sure this is what he would look like if he took any one of these logos and ripped the skin off DD's face. Mustache also sent me a sideburn gangster version with flesh. Also great, he has a YouTube channel down below. This is from a guy called Toy. This is one of the later entries. It's very strange. This is like a middle-aged, balding, drug-addicted Dolan with a retina condition. It's so strange in fact that I actually really like it for no reason whatsoever, so good work, Toy. He has a Facebook down below. Grace Lindley. This is adorable. It's a super cool drawing and I would hang it on my fridge. Hand drawings are acceptable if anyone's wondering, although more often than not I'll probably ask you to redo it on your computer later on. So I'm only really considering high caliber hand drawings only, which is why this one appears in my top 50. This is from Alex P. It's off the wall, it's different, and it stands out. It deviates from the original silhouette a little too much, but I still think it's awesome. This guy has a YouTube and Twitter down below. This is from Anton P. It is lighthearted and simple, but it suits the channel, and it only took Anton about 3 hours to make. He has a YouTube down below. Kaoot. It is minimalistic, just a few lines with eyes, a mustache and pipe, but it is cool as balls. If I started making videos about the meaning of life and the theories of investment value, then this one would shine. This is from Moschella, first of 2 entries by her. The attention to detail is fantastic. I love that she managed to incorporate arms while maintaining the silhouette. She has a YouTube, Twitter, and Deviant Art down below. This one is also by Moschella. It's another fantastic entry. The detail in the eyes alone are incredible. Unfortunately, this one is too close to my current mustache logo to be considered, and you will see the same with the next few entries I'm about to show you. Rebecca Jenkins. This is one of the finalist contenders, but in the end I had to demote it because once again it's too close to my 2014 logo. It's a real shame. I love the detail in this one. It looks hand-drawn and swimming in character. Rebecca has a Deviant Art down below. Raz Tarizi. This one is chill and I really love it. And if I were going for a noir theme for this year, it would win no contest. But even in Raz's email, they note it violates the logo redesign rules, but they thought I would still like to see it, and I do. Now everyone who watches this video can see you drew something fantastical. This is by someone in a YouTube channel comment, a guy named Sirsa, who also has a YouTube channel. Just look at this. It is intense. It's like a hyper-evolved version of my current logo. It's a huge shame that the image stretches way beyond the original template and the fact that it's too similar to my current logo, but I don't think this was a legitimate submission anyway. I just wanted to show it off because it is ridiculously cool. This is by a guy called The Loaf. This is a series of pixelated logos, of which this is the first. And I would love to use this for something like an indie horror game as the logo for that. It is very much awesome. This is by a unknown person, as he would like to be known as. It's good stuff. It's like from an 8-bit Final Fantasy game. I would love to be able to use this, but currently I don't have any use for it. It sucks that I don't, but I can still show it off to you guys, and that makes me happy. So the next few images are going to be creepy ones. This one is by Soda Raptor. It's a Cthulhu inspired picture. It was considered as a contender for first spot purely from all the amazing details. Unfortunately, the silhouette is kind of big even when you crop it, but the hat, it's the best one I have ever seen. This guy's got a Deviant Art and Facebook down below. This is by Catherine Hallinger. I hope I got that right. It is incredibly cool, and I would love to use this as a logo, even if it isn't the same as the original outline. Looks like it was drawn by hand, and it was very impressive. From the email, Catherine wants to work as a designer or illustrator in future. Now, this work is polished, and I would totally hire her if I ever had comic or graphic novel work that I needed to get done. She has an Instagram down below. The artist who would like to be known as Candy Corpse. Hide your small children, this had to have been the creepiest submission I ever got. Candy Corpse specifically mentioned this one should only be used for scary videos, and I totally agree. If I did indeed decide to use this alternative face for scary videos, this would be the one I would choose by a mile. Candy Corpse has a Tumblr down below. Ren K made this one, and it is so creepy. It uses the blue eyes and stash, but it's still super different from the 2014 logo. Another one I wish I could have used for creepy videos. It does look amazing. Ren has a Deviant Art down below. Gareth Wilshire. Gareth sent me a bunch of Halloween themed logos, and this one was my favorite. It's unique and it's classy, but at the same time spooky, mainly from the shadows. He also sent me a template for this design, which I may offer to participants next year if Gareth is alright with that. Shivery AO. Love the design of this one. It makes your skin itch, but I don't think I could ever choose a logo that actually triggers phobias in my audience. I also like that DD is a Cyclops now. I actually had quite a few entries like that. Shivery has a Deviant Art down below. The next few from here are finalists that I almost chose as the winning logo but just barely didn't make it. This one is by Spy, and this one kicks ass, especially as a fan of Metal Gear Solid. It reminds me of Big Boss. The details are intricate, lots of story in this one image, and it's good stuff. This person has 2 separate Deviant Arts down below. This one is also by Spy, and it's another seriously awesome submission. Once again, tons of character. The scar, nothing gratuitous, the blue eye, the tongue out. It's a perfect blend of serious and fun. I would easily have made both of these my logo. This one is by Oliver Lamontan. I hope I said that right. You know, in my competition video, when I asked people to make something completely off the wall, this is exactly what I was talking about. First off, holy shit! The detail that went into those gums is insane, and the cheekbones. This one's fantastic. I actually wish it won, so thank you, Oliver. Maya Dumas. I really wanted to make this the winner. I can barely look at this thing without laughing. The quality is great, it's unique, it is hilarious, and it would have won except for one annoying reason that I wish was not a thing. I was worried that newcomers to the channel might get put off, maybe assume my videos are all pervy, which sucks because this logo is ridiculously cool. Goddamn. Maya has a Deviant Art down below. This one is by Mikael. I definitely considered this as the final logo. I dig the cartoony style and the shading, which is great. So even though he didn't win, Mikael is responsible for all the new channel art that you see. His work is fantastic, and you may see more collabs with him in future. So I highly recommend you check out his YouTube channel, linked below. This is by Jasmine Anderson. Damn near became the winner. I was actually prepared to make it the winner until number 1 turned up. I love the blue eye, the anime but almost hand-painted style. Glasses are different, the teeth, the 5 o'clock shadow. I absolutely love it. Her Deviant Art is linked below. This is by Utkarsh Nagam. It looks amazing, right? My girlfriend and I loved it. We thought it was a clear winner early in the competition, and it was going to win. But Utkarsh never got back to me. I sent 2 emails to the email that he told me to email him back on. And this image looks so good that I was actually worried that it might be copyright infringing. And since he never got back to me, I couldn't confirm either way. So I was forced to dismiss his submission as much as it killed me too. And, you know, I wish I could have used elements from this picture alone, like the hat shading, but, you know, I don't think that would be very fair to the other submissions. So what we have here is the winner of our contest by Shima Luan. It is so simple in design, and yet it is oozing with character. When you look at it up close, you can see the detail in the eye, little hints of the previous Dolan iteration, but still sufficiently different. Shima's Deviant Art is linked down below. So I hope you guys like this choice as well. The logo is designed to represent the channel, at least for this year. And I wanted this first contest to be all about improving the strength of the channel, you know, high definition, a more professional approach, and I think this logo and, you know, all the finalists represent that. So next year, I'm going to be looking for something different. When I do the next video calling for more submissions, I will outline what I want the next logo to represent. That should help narrow the content of your illustrations instead of this year where it was essentially stab in the dark, an experiment to see if this works. So I'd just like to thank everyone again, all 5,000 people who submitted, and have a good one! This one took me by surprise. By surprise. Well done, fucking English ruiner.